I invite you to sit back, relax, and allow your minds to open wide like the petals of a lotus flower greeting the morning sun. For in the next hour or so, we're going to embark on a thrilling exploration of what it truly means to act as if you are unstoppable. Now, you might be thinking, Alan, what on earth do you mean by unstoppable? Surely everything stops at some point. And you'd be absolutely right, in a way. But let's dig a little deeper, shall we? When we speak of being unstoppable, we're not talking about some sort of perpetual motion machine that defies the laws of physics. No, we're delving into something far more profound, something that transcends the limitations of our physical reality. We're talking about a state of mind, a way of being that allows you to flow through life with the grace and power of a mighty river carving its path through the landscape. Think about it for a moment. What is it that truly stops us in life? Is it the external obstacles we face, the challenges that rear their ugly heads at every turn? Or is it something far more insidious, something that resides within the confines of our own minds? You see, the real barriers, the true limitations that hold us back are nothing more than thoughts. They're ideas, concepts, beliefs that we've absorbed throughout our lives like sponges soaking up water. And just like a sponge can be squeezed dry, these limiting beliefs can be run out of our consciousness, leaving us free to explore the vast potential that lies dormant within each and every one of us. But here's the kicker. The cosmic joke, if you will, these thoughts, these beliefs that we hold so dear, that we cling to like a drowning man clutches at a life raft, they're not even real. They're phantoms, illusions, mere wisps of smoke that dissipate the moment we shine the light of awareness upon them. So when we talk about acting as if you are unstoppable, what we're really discussing is the art of seeing through these illusions. It's about recognizing the fundamental emptiness of the thoughts that bind us, that keep us small and afraid. It's about embracing the vast, limitless nature of our true selves, the self that exists beyond the chattering mind and the ego's incessant need for validation and control. Now I can almost hear some of you squirming in your seats thinking, but Alan, this all sounds well and good, but how does it apply to my everyday life? How can I pay my bills or advance in my career by embracing emptiness? And that, my friends, is precisely where the magic happens. You see, when you begin to act as if you are unstoppable, you're not denying the existence of challenges or obstacles. You're not putting on rose-colored glasses and pretending that life is all sunshine and rainbows. No, what you're doing is far more radical and far more powerful. When you act as if you are unstoppable, you're shifting your entire perspective on what constitutes a challenge. You're reframing obstacles not as immovable barriers, but as opportunities for growth, for learning, for expanding your consciousness. You're recognizing that every so-called problem is actually a gift in disguise, a cosmic nudge urging you to evolve, to become more of who you truly are. Let me give you an example. Imagine you're faced with a daunting task at work, something that seems far beyond your current capabilities. The old you, the you that was trapped in the illusion of limitation, might have shrunk away from this challenge, might have said, "Oh, I can't possibly do that, it's just..." But the new you, the you that acts as if you are unstoppable, approaches this task with an entirely different mindset. Instead of seeing an insurmountable obstacle, you see an exciting opportunity to expand your skills, to push your boundaries, to discover hidden reserves of creativity and resourcefulness that you never knew you possessed. And here's the beautiful part as you begin to act in this way, as you approach each challenge with the unwavering belief in your own unstoppability. Something miraculous starts to happen. The universe begins to conspire in your favor. Doors that seemed firmly shut suddenly swing open. Resources you never knew existed suddenly become available. People who can help you achieve your goals seem to appear out of thin air, drawn to the magnetic force of your unwavering conviction. But let's pause for a moment and address the elephant in the room. Some of you might be thinking, isn't this just a form of self-delusion? Aren't we just fooling ourselves into believing we're more capable than we really are? And to that I say absolutely, but here's the twist. This so-called delusion is no more or less real than the limiting beliefs that have held you back all your life. In fact, I would argue that it's far more aligned with the true nature of reality than the narrow, constricted view most of us have been conditioned to accept. You see, when we really examine the nature of our existence, when we peer beyond the veil of appearances and dive deep into the quantum realm, we discover something truly astonishing. We find that the solid, fixed reality we thought we inhabited is actually a swirling dance of energy and possibility. The boundaries between self and other, between what's possible and impossible, begin to blur and dissolve. In this light, the idea of being unstoppable isn't a delusion at all. It's a recognition of our true nature as infinite, boundless beings temporarily playing the game of limitation. It's an acknowledgement of the vast reservoir of potential that resides within each of us, waiting to be tapped into. So when you act as if you are unstoppable, You're not creating a false reality. You're simply aligning yourself with a deeper truth, a more fundamental aspect of existence that's often obscured by the noise and clutter of our everyday lives. Now, I can almost hear some of you thinking, but Alan, this all sounds rather selfish. Shouldn't we be thinking about others, about the greater good, rather than focusing on our own unstoppability? And to that I say absolutely. But here's the beautiful paradox: by fully embracing your own unstoppable nature, by allowing yourself to shine in all your radiant glory, and you automatically uplift and inspire those around you. You become a beacon of possibility, a living example of what's achievable when one sheds the shackles of self-imposed limitation. Think about it. When you encounter someone who's truly living as if they're unstoppable, someone who approaches life with an unshakable sense of purpose and possibility, how does it make you feel? Doesn't it ignite a spark within you, a whisper that says, heck, they can do it, why can't I? This is the ripple effect of unstoppability. As you step into your power, as you begin to live from this expanded state of consciousness, you create a field of positive influence around you. Your very presence becomes an invitation for others to step up, to reclaim their own power, to remember their own boundless nature. But let's get practical for a moment. How does one begin to cultivate this mindset of unstoppability? How do we bridge the gap between intellectual understanding and lived experience? The key, my friends, lies in practice. Just as a musician must practice their scales daily to maintain their skill, or an athlete must train consistently to stay in PCN condition, so too must we practice the art of unstoppability. And the practice begins with awareness. Start by observing your thoughts, your reactions, your habitual patterns of behavior. Notice how often you tell yourself, I can't, or it's too difficult, or I'm not good enough. These are the whispers of the limited self, the voice of the ego that seeks to keep you small and safe. But instead of fighting these thoughts, instead of trying to forcibly replace them with positive affirmations, which, let's be honest, often feel hollow and inauthentic, simply observe them. Watch them arise in your consciousness like clouds passing through the sky. And as you watch, you'll begin to notice something fascinating. These thoughts have no inherent power of their own. They only affect you to the degree that you believe in them, that you identify with them. As you continue this practice of awareness, you'll start to create a space between yourself and your thoughts. You'll begin to recognize that you are not your thoughts, but the awareness in which thoughts arise. And in this space, this gap between stimulus and response, lies your true power. From this place of awareness, you can begin to make conscious choices about how you want to respond to life's challenges. Instead of reacting automatically based on old patterns and beliefs, you can choose to act as if you are unstoppable. You can choose to approach each situation with curiosity, with openness, with a sense of exciting possibility. And here's where it gets really interesting. As you continue this practice, as you consistently choose to act from a place of unstoppability, something remarkable begins to happen. The line between acting as if and being starts to blur. What began as a conscious choice, a deliberate shift in perspective, gradually becomes your default mode of being. It's like learning to ride a bicycle. At first, it requires all your concentration and effort. You have to consciously think about every movement, every adjustment. But with practice, it becomes second nature. You no longer have to think about how to balance or pedal, you just do it. The same principle applies to cultivating unstoppability. With consistent practice, it becomes your natural way of being in the world. You no longer have to remind yourself to approach challenges with confidence and curiosity. It becomes your automatic response. But let's be clear about something. Acting as if you are unstoppable doesn't mean you'll never face setbacks or failures. It doesn't mean you'll breeze through life without ever encountering obstacles or difficulties. In fact, quite the opposite is true. When you embrace the mindset of unstoppability, you actually invite challenges into your life. You seek out opportunities to test your limits, to push your boundaries, to expand your capabilities, because you understand that it's through these challenges that you grow, that you evolve, that you become more fully who you are meant to be. And here's the beautiful part: when you approach challenges from this perspective, they lose their power to derail you. A setback is no longer a crushing defeat, but an opportunity to learn, to refine your approach, to come back stronger and wiser. Failure is no longer something to be feared, but a necessary step on the path to mastery. Think about it this way. When a scientist conducts an experiment that doesn't yield the expected results, do they throw up their hands in despair and declare themselves a failure? Of course not. They analyze the results, identify what went wrong, refine their hypothesis, and try again. Each failure brings them one step closer to a breakthrough. The same principle applies to your life when you act as if you are unstoppable. Every setback, every obstacle, every apparent failure becomes a data point, a piece of valuable feedback that you can use to adjust your course and move forward with even greater clarity and purpose. But here's where many people get stuck. They intellectually understand the concept of being unstoppable. They can see the logic in approaching life this way, but they struggle to embody it in their day-to-day lives. They find themselves slipping back into old patterns of self-doubt and limitation. And this, my friends, is where the rubber meets the road. This is where the real work begins. Because cultivating unstoppability isn't just about changing your thoughts, it's about rearranging your entire being. It's about aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with this expanded sense of self. So how do we do this? How do we bridge the gap between intellectual understanding and embodied wisdom? The key lies in what I like to call whole being practice. This means engaging not just your mind, but your body, your emotions, your very energy in the process of transformation. Start with your body. Your physical state has a profound impact on your mental and emotional state. When you carry yourself as if you are unstoppable standing tall, breathing deeply, moving with purpose and grace, you send powerful signals to your nervous system. Your body begins to believe in your unstoppability, and this belief ripples out to affect your thoughts and emotions. Next, engage your emotions. Allow yourself to feel what it's like to be truly unstoppable. Cultivate a sense of excitement, of joyful anticipation as you face each new challenge. Let yourself experience the thrill of pushing beyond your perceived limits, the exhilaration of discovering new capabilities within yourself. And finally, harness the power of your imagination. Your mind doesn't distinguish between vividly imagined experiences and real ones, so take time each day to visualize yourself acting with unstoppable confidence and capability. See yourself facing challenges with ease and grace. See yourself achieving your wildest dreams. The other comes, see yourself inspiring and uplifting others through your example. As you engage in this whole being practice, you'll begin to notice a shift. The gap between who you think you are and who you know yourself to be at the deepest level will start to close. You'll find yourself naturally acting with greater confidence, greater creativity, greater resilience. But here's something crucial to understand. This isn't about becoming someone else. It's not about adopting a fake persona or trying to imitate someone you admire. No. Acting as if you are unstoppable is about becoming more fully yourself. It's about peeling away the layers of conditioning, of false beliefs and limitations to reveal the radiant, powerful being that you've always been beneath the surface. Think of it like this. Imagine a magnificent statue hidden beneath layers of dust and grime. The statue has always been there in all its glory, but it's been obscured by years of accumulated debris. The process of becoming unstoppable is like carefully, lovingly cleaning away those layers to reveal the masterpiece beneath. You're not creating something new, you're uncovering what's always been there. You're remembering your true nature, your inherent unstoppability. And as you remember, as you reclaim this truth about yourself, something magical happens. The world around you begins to change. Or rather, your perception of the world changes, which amounts to the same thing. Where once you saw obstacles, you now see opportunities. Where once you felt fear, you now feel excitement. Where once you hesitated, you now move forward with confidence and purpose. This shift in perception is not just some kind of mental trick. It's a fundamental realignment with the true nature of reality. Because the truth is, the universe is not a static, fixed place. It's a dynamic, ever-changing dance of energy and possibility. And when you act as if you are unstoppable, you're simply joining in that dance with full awareness and participation. You're no longer a passive observer buffeted about by circumstances beyond your control. You become an active co-creator of your reality, shaping your experiences through the power of your consciousness. Now, I can almost hear some of you thinking, but Alan, this all sounds rather self-centered. What about our responsibilities to others, to society, to the planet? And to that I say acting as if you are unstoppable is the most responsible thing you can do for the world. Because when you step into your full power, when you allow yourself to shine in all your brilliance, you automatically uplift those around you. You become a beacon of possibility, a living example of what's achievable when we shed our self-imposed limitations. Think about the people who have most inspired you in your life. Chances are they weren't people who played small, who shrank from challenges, who doubted their own capabilities. No, they were likely individuals who lived boldly, who pursued their passions with unwavering commitment, who faced adversity with courage and grace. By acting as if you are unstoppable, you become one of those people. You become a source of inspiration, a catalyst for positive change in the world around you. But let's be clear about something. Acting as if you are unstoppable doesn't mean you'll never experience fear, doubt, or uncertainty. These are natural human emotions, and they serve an important purpose in our lives. The key is in how you relate to these emotions. When you're operating from a place of unstoppability, you don't try to suppress or deny these feelings. Instead, you welcome them as valuable messengers, as indicators that you're pushing beyond your comfort zone and entering new territory of growth and expansion. Fear becomes excitement, a signal that you're about to embark on a thrilling adventure. Doubt becomes an invitation to dig deeper, to uncover new reserves of strength and capability within yourself. Uncertainty becomes a doorway to infinite possibility. This shift in perspective allows you to move through these emotions rather than being paralyzed by them. You acknowledge them, thank them for their message, and then continue moving forward with unwavering determination. And here's something truly remarkable as you continue to act as if you are unstoppable. As you consistently choose to move forward despite fear or doubt, these emotions begin to lose their ginter on you. They no longer have the power to hold you back or derail your efforts. It's like building a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. Similarly, the more you practice acting as if you are unstoppable, the more natural and effortless it becomes. But let's address another common concern. Some of you might be wondering, isn't this just a form of positive thinking? And haven't studies shown that excessive positive thinking can actually be detrimental? It's a valid question, and it points to an important distinction. Acting as if you are unstoppable is not about plastering a fake smile on your face and pretending everything is perfect. It's not about denying reality or ignoring genuine problems. No, being unstoppable is about facing reality head-on with all its challenges and complexities, and choosing to engage with it from a place of empowerment rather than victimhood. It's about recognizing that while you may not be able to control external circumstances, you always have a choice in how you respond to them. This is a far cry from the kind of shallow positivity that tells you to just think happy thoughts and everything will magically work out. Acting as if you are unstoppable requires courage, commitment, and a willingness to face your fears and limitations head on. It's about cultivating a deep, unshakable confidence in your ability to handle whatever life throws your way. Not because you're special or chosen, but because you recognize the vast reservoir of creativity, resilience, and adaptability that resides within you and within all human beings. Now, as we begin to wrap up our exploration of what it means to act as if you are unstoppable, I want to leave you with a powerful practice that you can begin implementing in your life immediately. It's called the as-if experiment. And it goes like this. For the next 30 days, I invite you to consciously act as if you are truly unstoppable in every area of your life. Approach each situation, each interaction, each challenge as if you have unlimited confidence, capability, and resourcefulness. This doesn't mean being reckless or ignoring practical considerations. It simply means approaching life from a place of possibility rather than limitation. It means asking yourself, how would I approach this situation if I knew, without a shadow of a doubt, that I could handle it successfully? As you engage in this experiment, pay close attention to what shifts in your experience. Notice how your perception of challenges changes. Observe how others respond to you differently. Take note of the new opportunities that seem to arise out of nowhere. And here's the most important part. Don't judge your results. Or don't get caught up in whether you're doing it right or whether you're seeing the changes you expect to see. Simply observe with curiosity and openness what unfolds. Because here's the truth, the results of this experiment are far less important than the process itself. The act of consistently choosing to approach life from this expanded perspective is what creates the real transformation. It's like learning to play a musical instrument. The joy isn't just in the final performance, but in the daily practice, the gradual improvement, the moments of breakthrough and discovery along the way. So embrace this process with a sense of playfulness and adventure. Allow yourself to be surprised by what emerges. And most importantly, be patient and compassionate with yourself as you undertake this journey of transformation. Remember, you're not trying to become someone else. You're not trying to force yourself into some idealized version of unstoppability. You're simply allowing yourself to reconnect with the vast, limitless being that you've always been beneath the surface. And as you do this, as you peel away the layers of doubt and limitation, as you step more fully into your inherent unstoppability, you'll begin to notice something remarkable. The world around you will start to change. Or rather, your perception of the world will change, which amounts to the same thing. Where once you saw obstacles, you'll begin to see opportunities. Where once you felt fear, you'll begin to feel excitement. Where once you hesitated, you'll find yourself moving forward with confidence and purpose. This shift isn't just in your mind. It ripples out to affect every aspect of your life. Your relationships become deeper and more authentic as you show up more fully as yourself. Your work takes on new meaning and vitality as you approach it with renewed passion and creativity. Your health and well-being improve as you release the stress and tension that come from constantly fighting against life. And perhaps most importantly, you become a source of inspiration and empowerment for others. As you embody this unstoppable energy, you create a field of possibility around you that uplifts and energizes everyone you encounter. You become a living example of what's possible when we shed our self-imposed limitations and step into our full power. And in doing so, you contribute to the evolution of consciousness on our planet in a profound and meaningful way. So, my dear friends, as we come to the close of our time together, I invite you to take a deep breath. Feel the energy of possibility coursing through your body. Allow yourself to really connect with the truth of your unstoppable nature. And as you go forth from this place, carry this knowing with you. Let it infuse every aspect of your life. Act as if you are truly fundamentally unstoppable, not because you're trying to prove anything or achieve some external goal, but because it's the truest expression of who you really are. Remember, you are not a limited, finite being struggling to make your way in a hostile universe. You are an infinite, eternal consciousness, temporarily playing the game of limitation. And when you act from this knowing, when you allow this truth to guide your thoughts, words, and actions, you become an unstoppable force for positive change in the world. So go forth, my friends. Embrace your unstoppable nature. Live boldly, love fully, create passionately, and watch in wonder as the universe conspires to support you in ways you never thought possible. Thank you for your attention, for your openness, and for your willingness to explore these profound truths. May you go forth and live as the unstoppable being that you truly are, and may your journey be filled with joy, wonder, and endless discovery. Thank you, and goodbye for now.